us. Yes.
How hard was that to manage without Howley with him out?
Yeah, I think we could all feel it. I think you guys probably felt it, that, Lumley's a heck of a quarterback, and when he can hang in there and not feel pressured, things change. And that coupled with being young back there, that's not a good combination for us at all. And so we definitely felt it.
Danny said he felt like the guys up front were trying to then take his job as well, and maybe we're getting out of their own assignments. Do you feel that?
Well, I didn't feel that. Maybe, Danny probably knows better than me being out there with the tape on. He's good at, Brett Helmey's good at finding those creases and running. I mean, that's what he's done the last handful of games, and so that's part of his game. I think the main thing is we just couldn't get to him as much as we needed to, even to put some heat on him and keep him throwing on his back foot. And when he can stand in there like that, it makes it tough on everybody.
Is it a stinger, is that right?
Yeah, we got a little bit of a stinger issue. We'll see. Yeah.
You said earlier that to beat one of these ranked teams, you needed a good, clean game.
Yeah.
How close were you to that?
Well, the first half was extremely disappointing. UCLA is good, and they're going to bring their A game, and we certainly did not bring ours. And then, once we got embarrassed a little bit there, we go to the locker room and kind of adjust ourselves a little bit, and, we can do some things. And so, it's just sometimes what happens, you got an interesting mix of some really young guys and some guys that have played. We gotta get everybody up to speed as fast as we can, and we gotta compete harder all the time. I thought they did a really good job in the second half of competing, but we gotta do a better job in that first four-quarter game. You get behind too far, it's too much tough sledding to make it back up.
Slow start last week as well.
Yeah.
Any similarities there?
Yeah, I don't know. We're at home. You wouldn't think that at home. And I really appreciate our fans. I think those guys do a great job. And, I apologize to those guys. We can start faster. But we got to look at that and somehow figure out how to come out and play ball from the start.
The deep touchdown pass early. Is Nigel supposed to have help there? How do you see
Well, yeah, it's it's a little bit of a little combination there, but we got to cover tighter than that. There's no question about it. I think the one thing is, good teams are going to get things. We got to be able to make teams earn things. You can't give them just easy things where they're not truly earning it. And they'll get better. We will get better, and they'll get better.
How'd you feel about how you handled the division of offense and defense for Shaq?
We'll kind of go back and look at that more closely, where we need him, the most. I think he does, he does a heck of a job. Beats hard, physical guy, runs hard. It's hard not having him out there all the time on defense as well. So we'll kind of count his reps and, talk to him and, see where we go from here.
when Howley went down? Does that add to the conversation of thinking maybe he needs more defensive snaps to try to help cover that up, or how do you kind of go through that mentally at the time?
Yeah, not so much at that time. We had a little plan to have Shaq in there, maybe hopefully a little bit more than we had in the past on defense. But certainly when you're taking Howley out of the mix and Shaq out of the mix, those are a lot of playmakers on one side of the ball. And, all that makes it tough sledding to overcome.
How did you sense?
First, on the punt that you changed formations on, can you maybe run down what happened and the explanation you got from the officials on that?
I don't really know what happened. Yeah, I didn't really get one. It was very confusing. I'm not sure what was going on there. So, yeah, I wish I could. I can't remember what the guy said to me. It didn't make much sense to me, but it was what it was.
What were you going to do something there?
And what were you told?
Well, we had a little something going on. That's all I'll say. That obviously we couldn't get out of the gate. I don't know where all the confusion was coming from and what was going on.
But they said that was it a new legal substitution?
We had an illegal substitution. Was one of the things that they had said.
They picked that flag up.
Yeah, they picked it up, and then we're trying to go again, and then it slowed down, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and get that thing, figure that one out myself.
Chris, how do you think the team handled the whole Marcus Peters saga at the end of the week?
Well, I
Do you
think
feel
all
like
those
that was
things are hard, there's just always a lot of, this game's so hard, and there's always drama, in these kids' lives anyways, and that's, you know, certainly something that doesn't help us, without question. And, you know, those are always really hard things, like I said the other day, and you can't just, you know, they're not just words, they really are hard, they're hard on everybody. And so we just gotta be strong as we move forward, and we just gotta, you know, we gotta compete, we gotta play, because we like to play the game, and we gotta have fun with this thing, and we can't make it life or death for these guys, or it turns into not a lot of fun.
Given, you know, with Ross's return at the time, given the score and everything else, was there a thought maybe to try to roll him in, maybe offensively a little bit more?
No, not so much, you know, again, we're trying to move guys around and figure out where to best use them, and then, you know, he's spending a lot of time on defense right now, and not that we couldn't do some things there, we put him in a little bit at the end, but you just gotta be careful, or they're gonna be, you know, not gonna be good at anything. He's got his hands full over there right now. I thought he did a really nice job. I don't think anybody cut a ball on him for being out there, you know, a handful of days.
Just how limited is your passing game right now? It seems like Miles struggled.
Yeah, it's painful. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, it's not any one guy. It's really not. It's got to start with us as coaches. And, you know, and everybody's involved. But it's hard. You know, we can run the ball, you know, fairly effectively, but we got to be able to throw the ball more effectively to give us some balance and to take some pressure off that run game.
Did that show up more so when he got to the red zone too, to some extent?
Yeah, you know, I think it always does. You know, I think things can get highlighted a little bit in the red zone. Things are tighter. You got to earn things a little bit more, and so yeah, we'll keep working.
How much of that for you is play